long multiplication of decimals is easier than it looks. But don't tell anyone. Shh. Just go, oh yeah, I can do that. But don't give them the secret, okay? But it's okay. What you do is you ignore the decimal. Well, that's quite fun, isn't it? So ignore it first. So we'll do, and then do the normal multiplying. So 6 times 7 is 42. 5 times 7 is 35. And 4 is 39. Keeping our columns nice. Naught down. 6 times 4 is 24. 5 times 4 is 20. And 2 is 22. Now we're going to add it up. 2, 13. Oh, now I'm going to change that because, can you see, that just looks, I could so easily misread that later on. 13. 3 and 2 is 5 and 2. Now, what we could do is we find out how many numbers were after the decimal point. So there was 1 after the decimal, so we bounce it in once. Hang on. Yes, no, that's all right, isn't it? Let's think about it. 47 is about 50. 50 times about 5. I've rounded that up, rounded that down. Would be about 250. Is that 250-ish? Yes, it is. Now, let's do a spot of rubbing out. Ooh. Oh, that was good, wasn't it? And go, ooh. Now we're going to put in 2 decimals, just for the laughs, really. How many numbers are after the decimals now? 1, 2. So this time we'd go 1, 2. Now let's do some rounding. That's round that down to 5, round that up to 5. 5 times 5 is 25. And yes, it's 25. Let's get rid of this. Should we do a bit more? Right, let's get rid of that. Ooh. 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 And we are going to put... oh, I know. Let's put a decimal there and a decimal there. Now, we always put a naught in front. Times there. Put a naught in front just in case the decimal gets lost. Sometimes they sort of just go, oh, I'm not here. They're pathetic little things, really. But they carry a lot of weight, so don't let them disappear and create naughty stuff. So this is a half-ish of a half. So here's my piece of toast. There's my half. If I have a half of a half, there's my half of a half. It's about a quarter. So that's what we're after. Right, now how many numbers have we got after the decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta-da! And 0.25 is a quarter, isn't it? We've got this 3, 2, but shh. So it's about a quarter. So see, it is quite easy, isn't it? Just don't tell the others. Off we go. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 7 is 14 and 1 is 15. Remember, we're ignoring that decimal. I know it's like having a spot on the end of your nose, isn't it? It's going, but just ignore it. Have courage, my child. So 2 times, put down the naught, 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 9 is 18 and 1 is 19. Add them up. 4, 13, carry the 1. That's 11. Carry the 1, 2. And now, how many numbers? We've got 1, 2, 3. Put in the comma there. 2,134. But no, we did not want that comma, did we? Because I forgot, we've got this pesky thing. Now, how many numbers after the decimal point? 1. So we bounce in, whoop, once. Let's have a quick reality check. So that's 213. 98.7 is about 100. And that's about 2 times 2 is about 200. Is that about 200? Yes, it is. Next one. Oh, look. It's done us a nice thing here. We've got 3. And we could just do times 3 instead of times the 30. No one's looking. Watch this. So So we're going to do times the 3. Now we're going to have to be a bit clever about this one, but don't worry about it. Or do we? I don't know that we do really. 9 times 3 is 27. 2 times 3 is 6. Plus the 2 is 8. Now we know that we wanted to have, that's about 3 times 3. 3 times 3 equals 9, doesn't it? How many numbers after the decimal point? 1. So we bounce it in. Whoop, 1. But it wasn't times 3, was it? No. Were your detectors going, that's not right? It was mine. And do you know why? Because it wasn't right. You see, this is an example of just trying to be too clever. I can't even remember what did the thing come in. It came up with 87, wasn't it? 8 to 7. But we have to slap that naught on. And now how many numbers after it? Oop. See, we've got ourselves into a confusal because it would have been 30 times 3, which would be about 90. Wouldn't it have been easier if we'd just done it properly in the first place? Yes, it would. But it was kind of exciting having that frisson of danger, wasn't it? Shall we do it just times 30? And you'll see what I mean. Right. 2 times 9 is... 9 times 0 is nothing. 2 times 0 is nothing. You see, so it's just a whole load of rubbish, isn't it? Put down the 0. Now we'll do 3 times 9 is 27. 2 times 3 is 6. And 2 is 8. Add them together. 0, 7, 8. One number after the decimal. Bounce it in. 87. It was actually easier, wasn't it, to do it the long way? Remember what I said? Sometimes it's better just to pretend you're a bit thick than try and do things the clever way and get it wrong. Because a tick is a tick, a cross is a cross. Doesn't matter how you went about it. So just aim for a tick. Keep it easy. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.